hard, play hard. Work hard, play hard. Work hard, play hard.
Work, 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 work.
My name is Rick King. I'm a partner here at the law firm of King, Nieves, and Zacks, PLLC. We've been in business now probably just shy of 6 months. We're at the 6-month point right now. This is my second business. I own another business here in the city, WTC Backgrounds and Drug Testing, which is a drug testing and pre-employment criminal background checks business. What inspired me to become an entrepreneur was when I was young, my uncle owned his own business. He had a men's clothing shop in the West Philadelphia area, and I used to go there with him, and he would let me fold the shirts or hang up the pants or things like that. And I watched him grow his business from a little small, tiny little mom and pop shop per se to really it was a force in Western Philadelphia. People kind of called Dave's International. People loved it, and I got to watch that business grow, and it kind of lit the fire in me. Well, when you talk about enjoyment, I enjoy working in the legal profession because I started out actually as a policeman, and then I later started this business where I do mainly criminal defense. It gives me satisfaction knowing that I'm helping people, because not everybody, while they get caught up in a criminal situation, they might not be criminals, and they need help like everyone else needs help. So I enjoy the aspect of allowing what I've learned both as a policeman and in law school, and really as a human being. I like to mesh that all together, and that translates into helping people when I can do it. On the other side, in my other business, the backgrounds and drug testing business, for me it's still a little bit about the research and putting the work in and coming out with a product to be able to tell people this is the guy you want to hire or the girl you want to hire because of their background and what they've done to achieve where they are today. Always be a student of your craft. Don't decide I want to be this and be satisfied with the knowledge level you have when you begin doing it. Always endeavor to learn more about it, study it, learn the nuances, learn the tricks of the trade per se, but always study so you can always be better and always grow yourself. When I first got started, my sources of support came from family. It was my family that stood by me and allowed me to make those moves that I had to make, to invest the money, to support me because I started on shoestring budgets. I never got loans. I didn't know about the loan process when I first started my business, the original business, the background business. I didn't know about the loan process. So I did it all, shoestrings, credit cards, however I could fund the money to get where I had to go, that's what I did. And I relied on my family to kind of hold me up and support me. What's in my personality that allowed me to be successful is, I think, relatability. It's the ability to go out and meet people and network. I think networking is the most positive thing you can have when you're trying to network or trying to grow a new business. It's relatability, the ability to go out and talk to people. My friends will tell you that I never met a stranger. I go out, I talk to people, whether be they black, white, red, green, yellow. I can relate to them and I can talk to them. And it's that networking that helps grow your business. What I know now that I didn't know when I first started, that I wish someone had shared with me, was just one of the things is just the absence of sometimes quality of life. You will learn as you go forward. In the beginning of all of your business endeavors, you're going to spend time working, and everything just doesn't happen overnight. You're going to have to take time. You're going to have to invest in it. You're going to have to spend time with it, nurture it, grow it. Like it's like a baby. You got to spend time, nurture, and grow it in order for it to eventually evolve to the point where you can really enjoy it. Sometimes in the beginning, don't forget it's work. It's work. And sometimes when you enjoy your work a little too much, you spend a lot of time with it. And when you do that, sometimes you sacrifice some of the other portions of your life. And I didn't understand that. And I didn't understand how to make it all work together to be successful. And I learned that later. 3 characteristics of a successful entrepreneur: relatability, that ability to relate to people and mix and mingle with them. You have to have a positive mindset. You have to always, even when things are looking bad, you got to always be able to see the positive outcome of it and what could happen positive about it. And maybe the most important thing is you have to just have that can-do attitude. I can do that. And you can't let people or influence on the outside really dissuade you from what you want to do. You have to have that, I don't care what they say, I can do that, I can be that. The biggest risk that I took was leaving a steady career to turn to a career that was inundated with lawyers. I was already, at the time when I left, I was 45 years old. I left for a field that was, they say, saturated, and I went out with relatively no experience, opened my own firm, and said I can do it. That was a huge risk, because right now, in the financial state of our country, and just people in general, it's hard to make money, and it's hard to do it unless you're out there working it. You have to work it. So I knew going in I'd have to work, but I risked a steady job, steady income, steady pay to come out and be my own boss. Probably the hardest lesson that I've learned is, and this is kind of, it's lawyer-like, but you can apply it to almost anything. Any situation you go into, you have to be the most prepared person in the room. When I walk into a room, I need to know the case better than the opposing counsel. I need to know it better than my client. I need to know it better than the adversary. I got to know my case better than anybody. And sometimes you're tempted to go in and wing it. And one of the hardest lessons that I learned was, don't wing it, because it's not going to work. You have to put in. I have a mentor of mine who tells me, he told me there's no excuse for putting in the work. And that's the truth. You got to put in the work. It's important for the youth to get into this entrepreneurial spirit, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's when you can do something that you can claim to be your own, and you can use that energy to do everything. It tells you, I can do anything that I want to do. It's important that they have that can-do attitude, that they're not scared to take those chances and make those moves, because when they don't, when you feel like everything that you do is contingent on somebody else's movements, then it limits you as a person. So when somebody comes out and they tell you and they teach you, hey, this is how you do your own thing, that lets you be you. And that's what's most important. My name is Rick King. I'm a partner at King, Nieves, and Zacks, attorneys at law here in West Palm Beach, Florida. I am totally 100% supportive of creative entrepreneurs and their endeavors. I think it's important that we reach out to our kids and give them that can-do spirit and the attitude that they can achieve anything they want to do as long as they say they want to do it.